guys. So this is your Friday ab workout. So I'm just going to basically show you everything that you could do on the floor for ab workouts. So we're going to start first on our backs. Now the basics of abs, everybody knows how to do sit-ups, and pretty much everybody knows how to do crunches. Sit-ups, basically, just have your knees bent, and you're coming all the way up for a full sit-up. Now, you can also do a half sit-up where you just come halfway up, and that makes it a little more difficult. And then, of course, you have your crunches. Now, don't get the half sit-ups confused with the crunches, because crunches, you're only bringing your shoulders barely off the floor and bringing your nose towards the ceiling. With a half sit-up, you're actually trying to bring your back off the floor without coming all the way up. See, this is a full sit-up, and with our half sit-ups, we come only halfway up and then back down. You could also reverse that half sit-up and come back halfway and then back up. And then you're working totally different muscles. The next thing I want to show you is called a V-up. Basically what you're doing, you have your legs out and hands out, and then you're coming up with both your hands and your legs to touch and basically making a V with your body. Now, there's two different ways that you can do V-ups. You can do them this way, or you can hold your legs in the air and reach up. Those are kind of like V-ups too, but some people call them toe touches. But for a full V-up, arms and legs are straight out, and then you bring them to meet in the middle. So those are your V-ups. And then the next thing you could do are some basic leg raises. You want to kind of place your hands a little under your hips just for support. And you want your head off the ground, and you're just bringing your legs up and down. Not all the way down. You don't want to touch the floor because you want to have control of your legs and how quickly they are moving up and down. If you just drop them to the ground, it's going to be a lot harder for you to pick them back up once you get further into this exercise. And plus, you don't want to just let them flop down either, because you could end up hurting your heels. That will hurt your heels. Another thing you can do while you're flat on your back is you pick your legs up in the air and you kick them oppositely. These are called scissor kicks. And if you pick your head up off the floor, you're going to get more of a core workout. If you leave your head down, that will help. You'll still get an exercise, but you'll feel it more in your legs than you will in your abs. Something else we can do is called a leg climb. You can have one leg bent or straight, either way, but we stick one leg in the air, and we basically just bring ourselves up to our ankles and then lower ourselves back down. Climb up and then back down. Some might find it easier to do it with the right leg down or the opposite leg down that you're not working on, and some might do it easier with your knee up. But with your knee up, it's a little more difficult to get all the way to the top. So if you have your leg all the way down, I think it's much easier this way, because this leg is kind of providing you an anchor and a little more support, and it also is kind of helping you lift off the ground too. Here's my cat. And then you would just switch legs and then come up on the other leg. Up and down until you have evenly worked both sides. Okay. Now, another thing I'm going to show you how to do, it's another variation of a crunch. And what you'll do this time is have one leg in the air at a 90-degree angle. And this is a crunch clap. What you're going to do is come up and clap your hands under your leg and come back down. Up and clap and back down.
And you shouldn't be coming all the way down. You should still kind of stay in a little bit of crunch, like a regular crunch. And then you're pulling yourself up even further to get more of that workout. This really helps with that center abdominals to help you get those nice and flat. A lot of people focus the concentration of ab workouts on the upper abdominals and the lower abdominals. And a lot of times you think you're working everything just by doing a simple sit-up or a crunch. But those are actually isolated muscle workouts, or muscle exercises. So when you do it this way, actually, it helps to work that middle section of your ab. So then you would just switch legs, of course, and come up and clap. You don't necessarily have to, clap so loud. I mean, you're by yourself, so. And then you just come up, touch hands, up and down. Those are a little hard, but next thing you could do with your legs out, you're going to bring them up, and then you're going to swipe them from side to side, doing a windshield wiper motion. You bring them down to the side, back up to the middle, and down to the other side. So I'm going to kind of flip around so you can see what that looks like. So, legs up straight up in the air, and bringing them down to the side, back up in the center, and back over to the other side. Up, down to one side, back up, and then down to the other side, and then back up. You want to make sure and keep your legs straight the entire time. You shouldn't have your knees bent. That's a different exercise, but you can also do those. It would just be a little different, and it would work. It wouldn't be working your core as much. So you could do those with your knees just bent at a 90-degree angle and come down from side to side. That's another variation of those, but these are not as strenuous as the windshield wipers, but you still could get a little good workout in there, especially if you're just starting to do exercises, or it's been a really long time since you've done exercises. It helps you build up those little core muscles again. Okay, the next thing I want to work into is, actually, before I move on to belly exercises, on your belly exercises, I want to show you these dolphin kicks. So dolphin kicks are similar to leg raises, except you're moving your legs in a circular motion, keeping your head slightly elevated off the ground, and you come straight out, in and out. If you want to make it a little more difficult, bring your bottom up. So dolphin kicks, straight out, in and around, and then you can reverse it. Come straight out, up, in, and out. Up, in, and out. Okay, so let's roll over now. And I'm going to show you a basic plank. What you want to do is you can start on your elbows or all the way up on your hands. I'm not going to do on my hands this time because I did sprain my wrist. So I'm not able to use that right now. So what we're going to do is kind of get on all fours first. Place your elbows down so that your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders. Then you're going to extend your leg out, straight out onto your toes, and then the other. Now, in order for you to have a correct plank, your back should be totally flat. And you would hold your plank anywhere from 30 seconds to 2 minutes, depending on where you're starting at. And you will just hold this position, and this is an overall core workout. So this exercise actually works your entire core all over your body. And then we're going to come down to our bellies, and we're going to do some face down rows. what you want to do, your legs can be just flat on the ground. We're not worried about our legs right now. But you reach out with your hands, face down, and when you pull your arms in, you're bringing your chest off the ground. So face down and up, down and up. So I'm going to kind of flip around this way so you can see what that looks like from your view, your angle. So arms are straight out, feet are down on the ground, and then you're bringing your chest up and pulling your arms back. Down, up, down, up, down, up. You can make it a little more difficult if you want to keep your legs off the ground. And that would give you even more of a core workout. So to show you what that looks like, I'm going to go back to my other side here. So your arms are out in front of you, your legs are floating off the ground, and you're coming up and pulling. So those are your face down rows. The next thing we're going to do is called a trunk raise, and it's very similar to the face down row, except you're not moving your arms or your legs this time. You're just moving your upper body. So what you want to do is place your arms down at your sides. You're going to start face down on the ground and then come up from the floor with your chest. And what you're doing is you're squeezing actually this part, your lower back and your upper glutes. But that also helps to work those love handles. You're just leaving your hands and arms at your sides and coming up and squeezing in here as you come up. You squeeze in there and you're really going to work those muscles here on those love handles. And you develop those muscles. Once you develop those muscles, the fat will start to melt off because there's more muscle there than there is fat. And since it requires fat more energy to maintain itself, I'm sorry, I said that wrong. Since it requires muscle more energy to maintain itself, the fat doesn't really do anything. So the fat will just start disappearing and melting away the more and more you develop those muscles. So those are basic trunk raises. And then we're going to go into a Superman. It is exactly what it sounds like. What you're doing is you're sticking your arms straight out in front of you, lifting your legs off the ground and your arms at the same time, and you're basically just holding this position as long as you possibly can, anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute. Now, if this is tiring, feel free to take a break and then just come back up and come back down and back up and down and back up. What's going to help you lift your legs and your arms off the ground is squeezing the glutes. So when you come down, you're relaxing the muscles. And then when you come up to lift your arms and legs, squeeze those glutes in. Okay, and then the next thing I'm going to show you is a swimmer. It's the same position as a Superman, except this time you're moving your arms and legs up and down, just like a swimmer would in a swimming pool. So kicking up and down with your arms and legs in the Superman position and fluttering them up and down. So let me show you what that looks like from another angle. So we're here and fluttering up and down with our arms and legs. And that's another great core exercise. Okay, next, what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to flip on back to my back. And, oh wait, no, I'm sorry. I was correct. On my belly. And this time, it's again similar to the Superman position, except you'll have one arm at your side and one arm out in front. So you're going to come on your belly, one arm to the side, Let me switch down this way a little bit. One arm to the side, one arm up front. And what you'll do is you'll take the opposite leg of the arm that you have out front and raise it the same time you do that arm. And you'll come up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. When you're coming up, you should be lifting your chest off the ground and squeezing your glute. That's another workout for those love handles, those side abs right here. And then you would just switch arms and legs and work the other side. Okay, so those are our ab workouts for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't done so already, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and go ahead and check out my playlist for workouts. It's pretty cool. I think it is anyway, and it keeps me pumped up during my workouts and it keeps me going strong. So check those out, subscribe, and I will see you all again on Tuesday. I'm going to be out of town this weekend, so I don't get back until Monday late evening. So I will see you all around. Take care. Have a good weekend.